All right, brand new I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast is coming up. NBA season has started. I got some more updates on the Bill Simmons bullshit, and we have some sick fucks of the week. Lonzo Ball debuted with the Los Angeles Lakers last night, and he was average. Big Baller Brand should officially change its name to Little Baller Bullshit. Remember in the summertime, everybody was like, what shoes is he wearing? Is he wearing the Kyries? Is he wearing the Kobe's? Everybody, all this attention about his shoes. Nobody's going to be talking about your shoes. Nobody's going to be talking about nothing that has to do with anything that has to do with anything that has to do with ballers, big ballers, little ballers, or shook ones. He got his heart yanked, literally taken out of the game in the first 2 minutes by Patrick Beverley. Los Angeles Clipper point guard was all up in that ass. No, Bruno sunned him. Straight sunned him, knocked him down, stood over him. All up in his shit. No, Bruno. And we're going to get into that later in the show. Yo, you're going to have a long list of motherfuckers coming at you night after night after night. Even dudes like Ricky Rubio. Crack that ass. And it's all because of your father and the skinny genification of sports. These dudes getting all the hype, all the tweets, trending on Twitter, every move they make, and you get out there with the big boys, and you're just a regular dude. And I don't want to hear any bullshit about, oh, it's his first game. Remember in the summertime, everybody's like, Lonzo's going to be like Magic Johnson. He's this, he's that. The Summer League games were sold out. They were packed. Summer League excitement. Summer League means bullshit. I said in the summertime, the big three games were more competitive than the Summer League. Everybody was jumping down my throat. And you saw the first night, Lonzo Ball's career, he's a regular dude out there. Just a few months ago, his father's like, my son is better than Steph Curry. My son's this, my son's that, my son's this. Well, now we all know your son. And the Nas shit, he said Nas ain't relevant. Yo, Lonzo Ball, if you don't get your shit together, you don't get your skin cleared up, you might never be relevant. Forget whether or not Nas is relevant now or not relevant now. You might never be relevant. All that hype, that is the true blue definition of the skinny genification of sports. All the tweets, all the commercials, all the Instagram, all these motherfuckers want to be like Mike, but they don't want to put in the work to be like Mike. I'm glad he got his ass bust. I'm glad he looked average. These dudes should stop trying to draw so much attention to themselves before they do anything. And now you got Russell Westbrook coming. You got Steph Curry coming. You're going to get switched out on Kevin Durant. And the rest of these dudes looking very, very regular on the yard, looking scared to death. Patrick Beverley had Lonzo Ball scared to death. And where was his pops at? His father was nowhere to be seen. Wasn't there to talk shit. Wasn't there to back him up. Wasn't there to do anything. 19 years old. And I don't want to hear, oh, he's 19. Yo, you could have stayed in college. You could have stayed in college. LeBron James and these dudes, 18, 17, 19, when they came in the league, they came in ready. I don't want to hear like, oh, he's 19. You made the choice to come into the NBA as a kid. The NBA is not a kids league. The NBA shouldn't be a kids league. The NBA is a grown man league. They were giving him, he's going to be the rookie of the year. It's a shoo-in. Magic Johnson, his first game in the NBA, he was busting people's ass day one. He was 19. Lonzo Ball, straight regular. Straight regular. And the only reason why anybody, including myself, is hyped and got eyes on him and want to see him get his ass bust is because his pops was talking all that shit. LeVar Ball was talking all that big baller brand bullshit. Nobody's going to give a fuck whether he's wearing big baller brands, Adidas, Reeboks, Starberries. He could wear them Dwayne Wade shit. You're going to be real. You're going to be disappearing. And get your grill fixed, Duke. You in the NBA, go to Beverly Hills, go find a skin doctor. You look crazy out there. New I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast coming now. All right, the time is coming. This book has Ball's sports rants from me, the MVP of talking trash, is coming out. next Tuesday, October 24th. You can pre-order it at thisbookhasballs.com. The audio book, the hardcover book, is dropping October 24th, and we are doing a live show Monday, October 30th. Live podcast, live book signing at the Gramercy Theater. Me, G. Monetti, special guests. Get your tickets at IamRapaportTour.com. I'm also going to be in New Jersey October 25th. Me, just me, book signing at Bookends in Ridgewood, New Jersey, 6 p.m. Is Jersey in the house? October 25th, I'm going to be there signing books, talking to people, taking flicks, all that. October 25th at Bookends, Ridgewood, New Jersey. And we are going to be doing the live show, live podcast, and book signing October 30th at the Gramercy Theater. Monday, October 30th, Gramercy Theater. Get tickets for that. IamRapaportTour.com. Come out and see me in Jersey for free. Get a book, I'll sign it, take a flick, and all that. All right, I got to take a little break to talk about MyBookie, okay? If you're watching the games, it's time to start making money. MyBookie is the industry-leading website that hooks you up for all your betting needs with great odds, fast payouts, and decades of expertise. You can bet with confidence. Your team doesn't have to win. They just need to cover the spread. What are you waiting for? Lay down some cash and win big today. Or if you know deep in your heart that your team sucks, do yourself a favor and bet against them. If you lose, you make money. If they win, you'll still be happy. Where you bet is just as important as who you're betting on. That's why I am urging you to make your way to MyBookie. I trust them, but you don't have to take my word for it. Okay, check it out yourself. They have in-game live betting and mobile sites that make wagering on the go easier than ever. You can also check out their online casino. If you'd rather just play a few hands of blackjack or roll the dice in craps, join now and MyBookie will match your deposit with up to 100% bonus. Use promo code Rapaport, RAPAPORT, to activate your offer. Visit mybookie.ag today. You play, you win, you get paid. Go to mybookie.ag today. All right. This is the I Am Rapaport stereo podcast coming live and direct from the gloom tomb of New York City. If you hear a little ambient background noise, it's because the window's open. It's a beautiful fall day here in New York City. My name is Michael Rapaport, a.k.a. the Gringo Mandingo, a.k.a. White Mike, a.k.a. Mr. White Folk. I'm here with G. Moody. Last name rhymes with Doody. Mm-hmm. How you feel, Mr. Moody?
Oh, I feel splendid, man. Everything is good. No complaints. Enjoying life. Looking forward to maybe giving somebody a Willie Hutch today. We don't know, but hey, we'll go.
Oh, yeah. You never know. You never know. But just like we made Aiello into a verb, we're gonna make Willie Hutch into a verb. When we play that Willie Hutch music, you know something good's coming. Miles, let me just get a sample of that. Yes. Let me just hear that. Yeah. See, when you hear that shit come in, that's, you know, we're gonna tear into somebody real nice, real proper. So yeah, we might do it, we might not. Who knows? We're gonna follow up on last episode's very controversial Willie Hutch of Bill Simmons. And as I said before on the last episode, I didn't want to do it, but I had to do it. I had to protect my honor and articulate my feelings. You know, I was thinking a lot about that because, and I'll explain later in the podcast, I did quickly hear from Bill Simmons himself.
Oh
yeah, he
texted
share. Me. He texted. I'll just jump into it. He when that podcast came out, a word got back to him very quickly that he was getting
toe up.
Toe up real nice, real proper. So he hit me early in the morning. He was like, am I going to be mad about what I hear on the podcast? And I was like, are you going to be mad? Like in my head, I'm like, are you going to be mad? Like, Duke, nobody gives a fuck if you mad. Like,
yeah. Like you're going to be scared. Like, am I going to be mad like some bully? Bring it. Like Tupac say, bring it. Bring it.
Like, what's good? Like, I pretty much laid it down. I said what I said. I backed up everything I said. And I gave it rough, rugged, raw, the bare facts. And at first I was just going to be like, not even hit him back. Like, yo, why you hitting me now? And then, and I said, nah, you're not going to be as mad as I am. And then he's like, I'm letting him know, like, when you hear it, you're going to be like, oh, shit. And then I was also thinking back, like, yo, I asked Duke to come on our podcast. He never came on our podcast. He went on a few other people's podcasts. He thinks he's like David Letterman or some shit. Like, oh, I only make special appearances.
You bugging, man.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's the whole essence of it. And then he was like, well, I was busy and blah, 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 blah. And I didn't hit him back. I'm like, yo, fuck this dude. Fuck this shit. When I see him, I'll see him. Like I said in the podcast, it's not like no beef shit, like fighting. It's just like, yo, you played yourself. There's a handful of other people that I reached out for a little support for this book. And the only reason why I'm reaching out for support of the book is because it's a book. In this day and age, it's so hard for even the biggest, most accomplished writers to sell books. We keep it funky. Nobody's reading books. Everybody's on their phone. People are barely even watching TV. So for me to write a book and then for me to, go through that, I got TV show out. I got 2 TV shows out. I don't ask for shit, but with a book, something that was that personal, that took a lot of work from me and my man, Mike Young, who helped me write the shit. Yo, I want people to, help support me. So there's a few other motherfuckers, quote unquote friends. They might get dragged into this too. But as far as Simmons is concerned, like, yo, it is what it is, man. Like, yo, I'm not gonna keep asking you. He's like, oh, I was the book. Nah, you wasn't responding. Because in this day and age, we all know this. Even when you're really, really busy, everybody's got texts.
Yeah.
If you don't respond to somebody hitting you twice, you don't want to respond to them.
Yeah, just keep it 100. You didn't respond to my man's text, and that's why we hung your ass out to dry.
And that's why we put that Willie on. Let me hear that Willie right now, Miles. Because rest assured that when we play this music for Bill Simmons, when he hears this shit, he gets nervous. Let me hear that Willie.
Good old Willie.
Yes. And the other beat that we got for these motherfuckers when we were about to tear into somebody. What's the other beat? That Eddie.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's selected. Selected cats, get that.
Yo, Miles, put that Eddie on real quick. That's the Eddie Levert. When we play this shit, yo, when we put this shit on, right here, you hear that right there? When this shit comes on, run for the fucking hills. And God forbid we play this cry right here. Listen to this shit.
Yeah.
Yo, you don't want to hear this. Because when you hear this shit, we're coming for that ass, no Bruno. But that's that with the Bill Simmons shit. My mom hit me. She's like, oh, that was, but I told her the same thing. She said, yep, he had it coming. The reality of it is this, and I was with my dudes on Barstool the other day, the part of my take dudes, and I want to give them a shout out. I was happy for them. They got a late night show once a week on ESPN called Barstool Van Talk. Oh. Good show. Started off good. Gonna continue to get better. I fuck with those guys. Those dudes are cool dudes, good dudes, supportive dudes. They give love. They're doing their thing. Check out their show Wednesday nights, 1 a.m. You can catch it on, DVR it, online, all the regular places. Barstool Van Talk just premiered. The shit's funny. It's like some Wayne's World sports shit.
Oh, okay.
But I was talking to those dudes. I was like, yo, because I was on their podcast, and I was like, yo, when people ask me, because they were asking about the Bill Simmons shit. When people ask me to do things, 9 times out of 10, I say where and when. I don't ask about the money. I don't if I fuck with you, I'm like, where and when? Where and when? That's the type of motherfucker I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I rock with you, I'm a where and when. I'm not like, oh, this, that, and the other. That's why I do a lot of people's shit. And I know most people aren't like that. And I'm not an unconditional type of motherfucker. Like my wife, I told her the other day, I said, yo, some of these people that ask you to do all this shit, you're an unconditional loving type of person. I'm not like that. If I'm fucking with some crumb do motherfucker and they're trying to take advantage of me, and you'd be like, well, I told her, I said, yo, don't do. She was getting asked to do something that she didn't want to do, but she's just the type of person, if she fucks with you, she'll do it, but then she might have a little resentment. I said, yo, stop doing that shit. Mm-hmm. Like, you're a good-natured person, so you'll love unconditional. Me, I'm like, yo, suck my fucking dick. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing this, that, and the third, and I'm not trying to bring her and her business in there, but I'm like, I'm not unconditional. If you try to shit on me, you try to play me, you try to disrespect me, especially when it has to do with any of this, podcast or Michael Rapaport business or anything that just has to do with me, like anything like that, nah, fuck that. Because I know when I go on other people's shows, like I said, I give it my all, and I'm there to make myself look good. One, I'm not going to deny my ego. And I'm also there to make your shit look good. So when I ask for a little something in return and you don't do it, fuck you. Let me get that Willie real quick. Take us out to a quick break. Listen, I don't like to brag, but I am in a dope-ass new show on Showtime. The show is called White Famous. I'm so freaking proud of the show. It's an original comedy on Showtime about a guy trying to make it in Hollywood. It stars my main man, Jay Farrow, from Saturday Night Live as Floyd Mooney. He's a comedian who's trying to blow up, but he doesn't know if he's ready for all that. Can he make it without selling his soul to people like me and a great supporting cast, including Jamie Foxx, who's also a producer and the creator of Californication. New episodes every Sunday at 10 p.m. only, and you can watch the series. You can watch the hilarious, and I am telling you, it's hilarious, series premiere right now for free on YouTube. Watch it on Showtime. Watch it on the Showtime app. Check me out and my main man, Jay Farrow, Jamie Foxx, the new show, White Famous. The shit is funny. All right, so we're back. So that's that. That's where we're at with the Bill Simmons shit. So NBA started. Yo, this is going to be a very exciting NBA year. And the reason why, well, I think there's a few reasons. One of the reasons why I think it's going to be interesting is because there's a good mix of young players. There's a good mix of veteran dudes. And believe it or not, like guys like Russell Westbrook, obviously Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Steph Curry. These guys are vets now. It's wild, but these guys are no longer the unsung heroes. These are MVPs. These are the dudes. The J.R. Smiths, the Jamal Crawford.
They have their championships. Yeah, they're vets.
It's wild. So you have them and you have like a whole bunch of other young dudes, 19, 20, 21-year-old dudes playing against 33, 34-year-old grown men. Obviously, the big story of this week, unfortunately, has been the injuries. The Gordon Hayward injury, watching that on live TV, I had my sushi. I was all hyped up for the first game. It was going to be Boston versus Cleveland, in Cleveland, the Kyrie, LeBron game. And everybody, I'm assuming everybody that's listening to this podcast already saw it, like 8 minutes into the game, Gordon with the good hair Hayward, who, how could you not like him, had a terrible injury, broke his ankle.
Damn,
and
shit was
gruesome.
Fucked up. Grotesque. Terrible.
And that really took the air out of the game and opening night across the board, because then you had Houston and Golden State. And I got to say this, man. As good as James Harden is, and you can't deny his talent, there's something about his game. There's something about the amount of dribbles that he takes. There's just something about his whole thing that I don't like to watch.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, we know basketball. When a player like that, when you purposely dribble the ball out, you're just trying not to pass it, so you have no option, because the shot clock is going down, so you just got to shoot. The dribbling aspect is not what you're taught in when you're coming up playing ball. It's move the ball. Get it out of your hand for the better shot. He's just doing that so he can shoot.
Pass the fucking ball, man. And I know they'll be like, well, he almost averaged a triple-double. I don't care. James Harden isn't a fucking winner. And I think James Harden is going to have a long career because his game is below the air. Like, he's on the ground. His game isn't highly athletic, and his skill set is crazy. Like, he'll be one of these dudes who plays for a really, really long time. He's still really young, but because his skill set, he's got so many different skills, but there's just something about, the whole thing, the beard, the fucking dribbling, the whole thing. And, he got into it with Kevin McHale. Kevin McHale, who used to coach the Houston Rockets, said some things about him. I can't even remember what he said. This is the Iron Rapaport Stereo podcast. We don't fact check. James Harden was like, I didn't learn anything from him. You can tell you didn't learn anything from him. It's obvious you didn't learn anything from him, and you definitely didn't learn how to win.
Right.
From Kevin McHale, because Kevin McHale is a winner. He was in there in the shitstorm with Boston versus Detroit, Boston versus Chicago, Boston versus the Lakers. You're never going to be at that level. James Harden might be one of these dudes who he might win a ring, later on in his career, but the Houston Rockets aren't winning shit.
Yeah, not with that brand of ball. Just pass it to him and watch him dribble, and he'll shoot it. You can't win. You can't win like that, man. And Kyrie, sadly, you won't be making the playoffs. I see it's a little difficult to score. You left Magic Johnson. You left Larry Bird. And now you want to be on your own.
Yeah, now I got to stop you because they're going to make the playoffs. Boston's going to make the playoffs.
Okay.
But the Boston Celtics are absolutely making the playoffs, even without Gordon Hayward there. Obviously, without Gordon Hayward, it changes their whole thing, but they're 100% making the playoffs, for sure.
All right, I'm going to go out and say they're not, because that was a big piece.
Well, then why don't we make it, instead of just being able to say anything like just some random freak show on Twitter, why don't we do some stakes at hand? So if they do make the playoffs, what is your stakes? What are your consequences? You can't just say things without consequences. We're not doing that anymore. We're not you could say things without consequences. So if they make the playoffs, what are your consequences?
I'll do what you did. I'll go on the subway and say the exact same thing you said when you lost.
Okay, so if the Boston Celtics, now I have to defend the Boston Celtics because I have to protect the 2015-2016 co-host of the year from himself. If the Boston Celtics make the playoffs, you're going to go on the train for 30 seconds and you're going to scream, I love the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. I love the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. I fucking love the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Proceed.
Because this blind vendetta against these guys is insane. Kyrie didn't want to play with LeBron. LeBron's a fucking, he didn't want to be around it. He didn't want to be screamed at. He didn't want to be disrespected on the court and all that stuff. He's moved on to greener pastures. Obviously, they had a tremendous setback with the Gordon Hayward injury. And the crazy thing is, the next night in the NBA, and this was terrible also, Jeremy Lin, obviously he's not at the same level of Gordon Hayward, but you hate to see these players, their first game, Brooklyn Nets, he's out for the entire year. He tore his patellar tendon or something. I mean,
damn. It's terrible, man. Yo, that's bad.
Terrible.
Jay Lin, I hope you speedy recovery. The Nets, what they wasn't doing shit anyway, but just to see a guy get hurt and out for the season at the first fucking game is bad, man. It's terrible.
We got to see my man D'Angelo Russell. He was busting ass in his first game as a Brooklyn Net. He's 21 years old.
It's somebody on the Wizards that's 19. or no, what's the other team they were playing last night? Minnesota, one of those teams.
No,
Philly, 19.
It's incredible these dudes are in the NBA that young.
Right. Man.
I mean, D'Angelo, This is his third year in the NBA. After all the crazy shit that he was involved with in LA and, the ups and downs and then the Lonzo Ball and the being traded. Like, these dudes are so damn young and like, they got a lot on their fucking plates, man. A lot of responsibility, a lot on their plates. Obviously, they're just basketball players, but 19 years old, 20, 21 years old, you're the point guard for like the Brooklyn Nets.
Right. That's yo, man. The women, your money, 19, a whole bunch of money. Yo, you need a protector. You need to be shielded from that, man.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
OKC running through shit with Carmelo, Paul George, and Russell Westbrook. They're going to be an issue. They're going to be a serious issue.
Yeah. They're going to be right there. They're going to be right in the West. They got a good team, but when the playoffs come, let's see what Carmelo does. That's when, he's known for holding the ball. Let's see what happens, because a lot rides on his personality. And will he acquiesce to winning basketball, not just getting your points and busting ass and worrying about if they regard you as nice. It's about winning now, because you're on your way out of this fucking league.
Yo.
Win the championship.
They got to
validate the career. Validate your time in the league by fucking winning a chip at the end. Don't piggyback, because after this you'll be piggybacking on other teams. Try to win now.
Cleveland, we talked about them. D-Wade and them, they're going to be a problem. D-Rose is out there. Yo, D-Rose, check this out, my man. I fuck with you real hard. Them little dread braids, I don't know, like shit you got hanging off your head. Cut them shits, money. You look terrible. Some people, certain styles don't work on certain people.
Yeah. He looks unkempt. He looks crazy out there. But my prediction, they're winning the championship. Cleveland's winning the championship. Telling you, that team is built to win. Plus you got LeBron, Kyrie, you'll be fucking crying home and regretting you left Magic Johnson. You left Michael Jordan to play in Boston. Watch.
Hold on. So that's your second prediction of this episode? Because last year you predicted Cleveland was going to win also, correct?
Yeah, I can lose some. I've won more than I lost.
No, you're 1-30 with your predictions.
Get the fuck out of here.
The one thing you predicted was Donald Trump. You're 1-30.
I predicted Cleveland would come back and
you
win the
also
championship.
predicted 2 years ago that Tom Brady was done and he was on his way out of the league.
Yeah, because he cheated. When a guy has to resort to cheating, what else is there?
See, you got me defending Tom Brady and the Boston Celtics because the outlandishness of your predictions. They're so off the wall and they're so far-fetched that I have to support and defend Tom Brady on my own podcast from the outlandish reports that you're doing. The other team that I think is going to be a problem, the Minnesota Timberwolves, they're good. The Wizards are going to be good and aggressive, but John Wall, y'all ain't doing shit. I don't care what kind of shape you came in. You don't have enough firepower to get past maybe even Toronto, which is they're going to continue to be what they are, which is good but not good enough. And it's barring injury, and we don't want to see any more people get injured. Inevitably, it is going to be the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers. But the West is deep. They got a lot of crews. The Clippers are going to be good too. That point guard who looks like he's 56. I can't remember my man's name. Foreign dude. He was busting the United States ass and everybody's ass in the Olympics and in the World Basketball Games. He's nice.
Right.
Except he needs to shave his beard. He looks like, my man looks like he's straight homeless. He looks like shit, and he looks like he's 40-something years old, but he could play, and he's a good point guard, and he's a good point guard for that team because he likes to set up Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, and those guys are both dudes that need to be set up. Obviously, DeAndre more than Blake Griffin.
Right.
Timberwolves, Jimmy Butler also, my man. Yo, I get the low and peasy afro. There's a difference between a low and peasy afro and a low and peasy Brillo pad. Your shit looks fucked up.
I didn't see him yet.
Yo, his shit looks sharp. His hair looks sharp. It like it had frilled ends. Like you could poke some shit with that.
Right. It's a lot of fashion now. It's like, yo, I don't know, man. It's different from when we come up. But hey, let's watch these kids do their thing. Lonzo Ball, what you think gonna happen with him?
Yo, the NBA with these point guards,
it's on another level.
Every single dude is coming at you to bust your. I mean, Russell Westbrook. Imagine having to guard that motherfucker.
Yo, yeah, but the way Steph bust cat's ass is worse than anything because it's jump shots off the dribble, getting you off balance and just pulling from some place where you wouldn't even contest the shot, and that shit just going all net, time after time. That's the worst. Yeah. That's pure embarrassment.
Yeah,
I feel bad for this dude, man.
Yeah. He's gonna have a tough time. But the NBA is back. It's dope. It's definitely, our time to shine. We got football. We got fantasy football. Of course, I'm the senior fantasy football analyst of the Fantasy Football Follies podcast. Last week, I gave my man J.D. Harmeyer a beating in fantasy football, dragged his ass.
Uh-huh.
I'm 5-1 in the Stern Show League. I'm 6-0. 6-0 means I'm undefeated. I'm 6-0 in the Barstool Fantasy Sports League, killing everybody.
How the fuck are you killing everybody? What do you do? How do you win? I know you play this shit, but why are you winning? And you just started this shit.
Well, first of all, I didn't just start. Now I'm 4 years into it, and you know what it is? It first of all, it's about the draft. It's about who you pick. It's about luck. Because, one league I'm in, I'm like 1-5 because my first round pick was David Johnson, who got injured the first fucking half of the first game. Right. So it definitely has to do with luck. But it's like you got to do the research. With fantasy football, you got to do the research. You got to do a little, I don't want to say it's studying because studying seems like a bad word, but you just got to pay attention to it. And, you got to... You gotta be around winners. I'm surrounded by winners. Tommy G, the co-captain of the Fantasy Football Follies, is a winner. Miles Davis and Jordan Winters, they are the think tank of everything that has to do with the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast / the Fantasy Football Follies podcast. Winners.
Wow. All right. I hear you.
But it's luck. It's hedging your bets. And I crack that ass. That's just what I do. And God has a sense of humor. When it comes to fantasy football, I truly believe that God has a sense of humor. And my whole rise to fame in the fantasy football world, from being ridiculed, teased, and tormented in the Stern League, to now being a senior fantasy football analyst who hosts a show on SiriusXM every Tuesday. And I'm also on DirecTV every Sunday, all day, walking you through all the games. God has a sense of humor when it comes to fantasy football. He shines on me with fantasy football.
I see.
Sorry.
I see.
I'm just kicking the truth. I think he used to play at some point. He has a sense of humor when it comes to fantasy football. So these things line up. And thus far, I'm having a great season. What can I say? Shoot me.
All right, I got it. I see why you're winning.
We got a new Stickman we got to acknowledge.
Oh, shit. Who is this?
Billy Joel.
Oh, for real? You got to prove that to me, bro.
He's in a New York state of mind. Obviously, Billy Joel needs no introduction. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Countless hit after countless hit. 68 years old. And his wife, who's 31 years old, are expecting a baby. Billy Joel has an ill fuck style.
Oh.
Billy Joel, of course, he was with Christy Brinkley. His wife's 31. What can I say, man?
How old is he? 61?
68, straight skeeting.
Damn. So he gonna be, damn.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm sorry, his wife is 35. I do not get why anybody at 68 wants to have kids. Kids are great. I have my 2 kids. Gerald has a daughter, beautiful daughter. But at 68, I could not even imagine having that kind of energy and inclination to raise kids.
Right. Oh, these motherfuckers ain't raising no kids. They pass them off to the nannies and all that. They still jet setting around the world. It ain't like they doing going to the laundromat with these motherfuckers. Yo, this guy, it will be like he'll see her when she's the kid when she's 15.
But the skeet game is insane.
Yeah, that's separate. You got to give him that just for the fact that he could do that and still knock it out of the park, a la Tony Randall. Tony Randall was the ultimate skeeter because he was 80 years of age having a child. So Tony Randall is unmatched, and Billy Joe is a second.
And of course, we can't forget about the great Mick Jagger, who's bout it too. I guarantee you, before Mick Jagger dies, he'll have another kid because he just had a kid last year. We gave Stickman alert. Like, listen. We talk this Stickman shit a lot, and I feel bad because I've mentioned Mick Jagger, but this is a guy who laid it down. Yo, Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones, but Mick Jagger was the front man. He laid it down since like 1966.
Yeah.
In the wild 60s, the wild 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and he just had another kid. Yo, Mick Jagger is bout it also, man.
Yeah. He gets an award. It's not up for a nomination. He's just been tabbed. You know, we don't nominate motherfuckers. We tab him. He's a stick man. That's it.
Period. That's it. That's it. There's no, like, we need to like have the building. The building is named after Hugh Hefner. Like we got to go over, like, we got to get a map because there's buildings, and then we're going to start giving wings. Start giving entire floors.
Yeah.
And then, you know, other people are going to get other buildings made. Now, back to the NBA for a second. Klay Thompson. Listen, I'm plugged into what's going on in the world. I know people that know people. And I'll say it in real short, quick. There's a difference between being a stick man and an irresponsible fuck. Okay, anybody could use their fame and their celebrity or their gift for gab to get women. But if you do it like the great Derek Jeter, the greats, Warren Beatty, Leonardo DiCaprio, you know who they are. You do it with a certain class. Klay Thompson is out there in the Bay Area. He is a stick man on the rise. Mm-hmm. Yo, and he's doing it under the radar.
Why? What, you've heard things?
I've heard things, man. He's out there doing his thing. Like, he's putting up Jeter numbers on the low.
Right. And that's the key, on the low.
and you know, and you know, like the phrase stick and move. Biggie said it. Boxing coaches say it, stick and move. Stick, man, stick and move. Klay Thompson is out there sticking and moving. He got the nice curly hair. You don't ever hear him talk. You never see his workout videos. You never see him in the gym. You know he does his you know he puts his hours in the gym. He's cracking asses. And then he's out on the town doing the damn thing.
With class. He's not in the police blotters.
No.
You know, like my man, that eliminates you from ever being a stick man. If you make any police blotter and doing anything fucked up to a lady.
Or let me add on to that. He's not getting robbed. Like my man Derek Williams, like nobody's going up into Clay Williams' crib or his hotel, and then while he's asleep, stealing his jewelry, stealing his sneakers and all that old sucker shit. They treat him with respect because he treats the ladies with respect. He knows, and even if, not to say that Derek Williams deserved that because he didn't. Let me rephrase that. Let me pontificate upon that. It's just like a dog sniffing out another dog. Like, he knows the type of ladies to rock with.
Right.
He's not messing with skeezers. That's why Klay Thompson is on his way to stickman greatness.
Yep. And nobody knows. Only you said few cats knew. That's how you rock. You don't be like Ezekiel Elliott doing all sucker shit, pulling chicks, whatever, tops down and all that. You don't, that shit, yo, you deserve whatever you get if you're doing shit like that.
Speaking of stickman, this is sort of a downer when it comes to being a stickman. This is a fact. Okay, we don't fact check at the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast, but this right here, what I'm about to kick, is a fact. The FDA is approving small-shaped condoms. So if you're little dicking, if you're cockroaching, if you're just poking in, you no longer have to go raw dog. Apparently, there's dudes out here with button dicks.
Yeah, micro penising.
And the baggie, I don't mean to be too graphic, is sliding off. So they made, like, how you gonna go into the store? They gotta put this like a certain color. Like, how you gonna go in the store and be like, you know how you go into a Rite Aid or Dwayne Reed and like you like, yo, where's the soap at? Or I'm looking for the, nail clippers or whatever. Right. Like, you go in there and like you're trying to find, the bags, the condoms, and then you got to be like, yo, where they got the mini joints? Like, and the guy's gonna be like, what? And he's like, the new shits, the little shits. Where the little shits? Like, that's humiliating.
Yeah, because they're gonna say, oh, you don't mean Magnum, right?
No,
you mean thimble.
And you don't mean like just regular joints.
Man, that's some shit. Well, they had to make it, man. Motherfuckers been complaining like, yo, this shit is like a hula hoop on my shit. I need a small one.
I'm thimble dicking.
Right.
So that's a real thing. The Harvey Weinstein, again, it's continuing to grow. One thing that listen, there's no humor in any of these women being sexually assaulted or sexually harassed in any way, shape, or form. Jennifer Lawrence, who will go down in history as the biggest movie star ever. Rest assured.
Oh, for real?
Oh, fuck
for real?
Yeah. Jennifer Lawrence will go down in history when the numbers tally up. She's not even 30, I don't even think. I don't know. She's probably 20. I don't know how old the fuck she is. She's great. She got the full package. She's beautiful. She's a great actress. She got a good sense of humor. 27. She's already won an Oscar, maybe 2. I think she's been nominated a few times. She's dope. She got the whole thing. She talked about she was at a casting call and the producer had a bunch of actresses lined up naked. Woo! But the producer was a woman.
Oh, so what? How does this change the whole narrative now?
Well, in regards to, imagine if Jennifer Lawrence, who's so respected and beloved by everybody, like she's beloved by the fans, she's respected in the industry, she's a fucking box office draw for a woman. Now, this is just a fact. You want to try to talk shit? Talk shit.
Right.
But for a woman to be a box office draw, there's so few and far between in this day and age. There's so few and far between men that are actual box office draws. But Jennifer Lawrence is a box office draw. And I can't think of another female who's a true box office draw. Emma Stone, maybe, I don't know. Charlize Theron, sort of, maybe. But Jennifer Lawrence is definitely the big dick when it comes to females at the box office. But imagine if this was a dude who did this. See, this is what is going to be the problem. Because why don't we name names on who this female producer was who had all these women lined up naked and then told Jennifer Lawrence, for whatever reason, you need to lose 15 pounds. Like, imagine if a dude was in there doing this to women. Again, I'm not comparing, and this has nothing to do with the Harvey Weinstein shit. He's a fucking scumbag. All right, and he's going to have his comeuppance, whether it's jail, whether it's God, or whether it's just, not being able to sleep at night, he's going to have to deal with whatever he has to do. But I'm just saying, like, the hypocrisy.
Yeah, let's be fair. Like, if you want to take this shit serious, take all those complaints, there's a woman involved, like you said, who's done this. Let's be fair. Let's see that on the press. Let's see that on Instagram. Let's see the hashtag Me Too. Let's see all that for her too, because
and who is she? Who is she? Why isn't she being talked about? Why isn't she losing her job? Why is that okay? And I'm going to tell you another thing about this whole culture, specifically in Hollywood. There's women in power who are lesbians who sexualize young women with and take advantage of them. Now, I'm not saying it's not the same as sexually assaulting. It's not the same as rape. I preface that, and I don't play around with that because that shit is dead serious. There's nothing funny about it. But the same thing that goes on with men in power, the same thing goes on in Hollywood with women in power. And I was having this conversation the other day. This isn't a problem with Hollywood. I don't care if you work in a deli. I don't care if you work in the stock market. I don't care if you work in a FedEx department. This is just the nature of men and women. Men are on the prowl and to try to get women, and they're going to use everything they possibly can, whether it's lying, smiling, using, cheating to try to get women.
Right. Yeah, that's the way it is, man. But it needs to be fair. She needs to be dragged out and shamed and the same shit, because what she did was clearly wrong. And that's it, man. Shit.
What else we got? So another incident. This is crazy. Remember when this was like the hot topic of the like it was like a week when people were getting dragged off planes and all that shit?
Oh yeah.
So check this out. Did you see this week? Another dude, it was a cop actually. It was a doctor. Dragged off a fucking plane.
No, I didn't see it.
And the two officers that dragged the doctor, it was a doctor apparently, from a United flight. They dragged him off and they've been fired. Okay, so it was a flight from Chicago to who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares? We warned you guys 6 months ago. We said if you are flying anywhere that is not coast to coast, before you get on the plane, you should stretch. You should grease up. You should be ready to defend yourself at all times. We suggested this.
Absolutely.
We even put the videos of us in the airport doing what we needed to do to prepare to fly on a short flight. Because we know if you're flying on a short flight, if you're not flying New York to LA or like big city to big city across the country, anything and everything could go down. So Money Grip, who's a doctor, I guess the flight was overbooked or some shit. They said, get up, Duke. Money didn't get up. They said, get up, Duke. Money didn't get up. Then they sent in the goons, and they said, get up. My man, get the fuck up. Now, I'll let you finish this, Gerald. If you're on a plane, regardless of the stress and anxiety and the sort of, everything that goes on to flying, I'm asking you your opinion. If you're on a plane and they say 3 or 4 times, get up, Duke, what are you going to do?
They don't have to ask me 3 times. Yo, if they come on and it's authority, sure, I'll get up. They're going to put me on another plane. What I'm going to do? Beef with the pilot and take over the cockpit and fly the plane myself? You get up, and if I don't get up, then it's well within their right to use physical force to get me off that plane so the other passengers can go.
So Money didn't get the fuck up. Dr. David Dow didn't get up. This was already talked about. And they dragged his ass. Now, Money, when you get up, when you don't get up and it's close quarters, it's a plane, there's a lot of sort of, hard objects. You could bang your head here, bang your head there. My man, get the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why they fired these 2 people. We told you get the fuck up. Everybody on the plane got to go. And then the people on the plane, they're like, oh, my God, what are you doing? Yo, you could get the fuck up too, lady.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to go. We got schedules. We got routes. We got flight paths and all that. Fuck is you doing out here? Get the fuck off this plane, yo. We got to meet deadlines. We got to drop these motherfuckers off. They got to make connections. We're not here to talk to you about this and ask you to get off. Get the fuck off the plane before I smack fire out. You got to kick it to him like that.
And they kicked it to him like that a few times, and Money Grip still didn't get the fuck up. I don't understand why this is an issue. Why they fire the officers?
Yeah, they did their job. And incidental, his head hit the armrest, hit some of the shit.
It's incidental contact.
He wouldn't get off. And if I would have went back to my commander and said, yo, did you get the guy off the plane? Oh, he didn't get off. Oh, and that's it? Yo, man, you got to do your job. They had to do their job. Sorry you got dragged off.
Sorry you got a little fucking bump on your head. You should have got up the first time. You'll be good. I say it's time for the sick fuck of the week. This award is earned, not given. It's called the sick fuck of the week. This guy's really sick. Lock him up.
How could you do it?
Don't let him out.
Damn. You fucked the dog?
You what?
You fucked the dog? Why would you fuck the dog?
Why would you fuck your girlfriend's dog? What?
Sick fuck.
The sick fuck of the week. It's earned.
Earned.
Not given. You did what? No. This is the sick fuck of the week segment. Yes, it's the award-winning sick fuck of the week segment. This is an award that is earned, not given. It is an award that is earned, not given. Moody, I'm thinking that maybe you and Miles Davis should come up with a remix to the sick fuck of the week theme song. Not that the original isn't great, but hey, sometimes the remix are better. As great of a song as Scenario was, Tribe Called Quest, some argue that the remix is better. A third grader in Kentucky, shout out to my man Rex Chapman, was brought into the principal's office. He was misbehaving or something like that. Apparently this little kid has, some sort of disabilities. And the fucking policeman or the security man in this school for a third grader handcuffed the little boy, the third grader, little boy. He's crying and his wrists were too small, so they handcuffed his biceps together behind his back and they videotape it. And the kid is crying, is hysterical. I guess he has disabilities and they still have him handcuffed. Well, what kind of police officer, security guard are you? You're handcuffing a third grader. Imagine if that's your son. For just misbehaving in class, talking up. Like, this really bothers me because I was a piece of shit in the third grade. I was a fucking terror. Okay, but nobody ever handcuffed me together. And the guy's like, if you stop crying and if you calm down, I'll take the handcuffs off. Now, fuck you, Duke.
Oh, no problem. Easy.
If you want the handcuffs off, you need to stop kicking. It's a little boy, like a third grade, like a little kid. He's crying and shit.
Right.
This police officer is the sick fuck of the week, number one. Number two, sick fuck of the week. A 325-pound fat fuck in Florida. She was babysitting a 9-year-old girl. And as a punishment, this fat 325-pound animal sat on the 9-year-old girl. The girl couldn't breathe. The girl died.
Oh, it gets worse and worse and worse. Shit.
Terrible, right?
Yeah, man.
Whew. We're talking about kids, man.
Yeah, Wonder Bread. Give them, just no trial. Come down to the station house. We have some Wonder Bread bags for you, and you'll be okay.
This happened in the Boogie Down Bronx. Police arrested a man, 43-year-old Adam Frisden, who is actually a cop. The guy's a police officer, Adam Fridzon. he exposed himself in front of two young people, 12 and 7 years old, over there on Tremont Avenue in the Bronx. They caught this piece of shit. First of all, when they show up, when they bring him into court, he should be bloodied and bruised. Just the fact that they arrested him.
Absolutely. That's when it's okay. Because of the heinous crime, the cops should have a window where they could kick ass, like maybe 15 minutes of ass kicking, and then bring him in. But for a window, you need a window of time.
Third sick fuck of the week, Blac Chyna.
Oh.
She just wants to, this is just a low down little chicken head. She's going on and on with the Kardashians and why they cancel her E! Show, and she doesn't fuck with Rob Kardashian, and she's got that other sick fuck, Lisa Bloom. She wants to sue all the Kardashians. And I can't stand the Kardashians because allegedly she's saying that they somehow got her TV show canceled on E! That they were producing. Yo, sweetheart, you were a stripper before. No disrespect to the strippers. You made the big come up. You had a baby with a rapper, Tigger. Then you had a baby with Rob Kardashian. Shut up. Shut up.
Right.
You're not fucking Julia Roberts, okay? Don't get it twisted. Just because you have a lot of fame and people follow you and people recognize you in airports, you're not fucking Julia Roberts. Your show got canceled because the whole gimmick of the show was you and Rob Kardashian in a televised train wreck. That's it. You don't have no skill set. You got a fat ass and a cute face. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Go about your business. Go about your business.
She tried to take for all it's worth. Why not?
I mean, you have no skill set. Fourth sick fuck of the week. This is going back to Derek Williams and the Stickman community. Yo, dudes, young fellas out there, watch who you bring home to the crib. This happened on the Lower East Side, LES. 27-year-old man brought home this chick to his crib, fell asleep. While he was sleeping, homegirl took his watch, took his camera, took his cash, snuck out the crib. They caught her on videotape. I don't know if she should be the sick fuck of the week or Money should be the dumb fuck of the week for falling asleep with some chick he met at a bar. Yo, Money, you're not Denzel. She's not sleeping with you because you look good, Duke.
Yeah, man. That's charge that to the gang. Money, you got caught out there. You did some dumb shit, and she was supposed to gank your ass. That's what happens.
Next, Al Michaels. Yo, it's time for you to go, man. Time for you to go. Al Michaels, Hall of Fame broadcaster, talking about the Giants the other night when they were playing the Broncos. He thinks he's funny. He said, and I quote, I mean, let's face it, the Giants are coming off a worse week than Harvey Weinstein.
Damn.
You got to go. We got to suspend you, Duke.
Yeah, you've been in it a long time anyway. Pass it on to the younger cats. Maybe senility has taken over a little bit. Give it to some younger dudes, man. Had to do it to you. Even though you're from Brooklyn, you still got to get it. Yeah,
or get suspended. We got to sit your ass down, man.
Yeah. I got a sick fuck.
Oh, please.
In South Carolina, at a Harris Teeter supermarket, a former disgruntled worker was caught spraying a brown liquid on all the fruits, and it was found to be feces. So he came in the supermarket and was spraying all the produce with his brown diarrhea juice.
Shit.
That is the worst, my friend. So anybody buying shit, take the fucking produce in the shower with you and wash up with it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of shit is going on out there.
Yeah, bring some shampoo.
Word.
We're really rocking and rolling with the sick fucks. In Anchorage, Alaska, for the first time in the history of the world's most famous sled dog race. Several of the high-performance dogs have tested positive for that ooh-wee. They got the fucking dogs on that booger sugar. They got the dogs on that A-Rod. The dogs on that Sammy Sosa, that Lance Armstrong. Like they're fucking they're putting dogs on that shit.
Yeah. Dogs are zipping around the track, man. Nothing is off limits, bro.
Finally, this is like a trend. Another California teacher was caught on video having sex with 2 students. A woman, in the picture, she looks like a total sick fuck of the week, but I think with a little bit of makeup and a hairdo, she probably looked kind of cute. Samantha Lee Ciota is accused of having sex with an underage student and videotaping the shit. She's getting locked down. No sympathy. Give her that Wonder Bread bag and that good olive oil treatment, whatever that is. We need to get somebody from female prison, what they do to people like this in female prison.
Yeah. Get the rundown. Word.
Yo, New York City, be careful. They're starting to test drive driverless cars in New York City. I really don't think that New York City is the place to have driverless cars. I don't think so.
That's only a matter of time before a disaster happens, and then everything is shelved. But a disaster has to happen first.
What else, Monetti? Yo, did you hear about this? This is NBA too. Nikola Mirotic, the big foreign dude on the Bulls, got into a fight with his teammate Bobby Portis, and apparently Bobby Portis is about that life. Fractured his whole face. I think he knocked him down, and homeboy fell. These are 2 big, humongous dudes, teammates.
He gave him the Rod Strickland. Remember Rod Strickland snuffed Tracy Murray? He gave him that good rod.
Rod Strickland's from the Boogie Down Bronx. Well, apparently this was, he really got hurt because he got a concuss. I think what I imagine happened from this is he probably got knocked out and fell. These are 2 big dudes, but Bobby Portis is, he's going to be on that list. He's going to be on that list that Kmart was talking about, like the dudes not to fuck with.
Yep. And since you went back to basketball, I want to tell my man Rick Pitino, because he's suing Adidas now.
I fuck with Rick. I'm back on Team Rick Pitino. I saw him on ESPN. I just want to say I fuck with Rick. Oh shit! You
believe that? That he didn't know anything? That's what he was saying.
That's
I
what
didn't
the man
know
said.
anything.
That's what the man said.
And I find that ridiculous, because when things are going good, then you're up there saying, I run a tight ship.
Yeah.
I know everything that goes on in my program. So why isn't that applicable now?
Yeah.
What? Like when a motherfucker gets caught in the crosshairs, that's when you give it up. That's when you say, yes, I wasn't as diligent. You got to take it like you tell your players to own up and tell the truth.
Yes.
No one believes that you didn't know.
Yes.
You're doing that old slick time New York shit.
Yes.
But we know.
Yes.
We know you knew everything, because there's a pattern of bullshit. It's not one thing. First, there are holes in the dorm. First, you getting naked in Applebee's.
Yes.
Hitting abroad in Applebee's.
Yes.
And the university still doesn't let you go. And now we got something else. And you're going to come on this dude's show, Jay Billis, and cop a plea? Yo, we don't believe you, Duke. We know how you get down based on the history. So fuck you, man. Get out of this game.
I fuck with Rick. I fuck with Rick. I hear you, Duke, but I do fuck with Rick. I understand what you're saying, but I fucks with Rick. I fucks with Rick Pitino.
Okay. What do you think about the race summit in Gainesville? They have the white nationalists, but we call them white racists. I want to ask you, what do these people want? What are the demands? Like, what's the problem?
Wait, which dudes, G?
Richard Spencer, they have a white nationalist.
Oh, fuck these dudes, man. Richard Spencer, they can suck a dick, man. They're talking about, we will not be replaced. Nobody's listening to your fucking demands, man. You guys got 33 people. Fuck Richard. Richard Spencer already got punched in his face. Yo, who is funding this dude, man?
Yo, what? I don't get.
Get a job, motherfucker. Yo,
what he
get
wants.
a fucking job, cracker. These motherfuckers think that they're white and they got the Rob Lowe haircuts that they should be like all of a sudden they should just get everything handed to them. Get a job, cracker.
I don't get that shit, man. Yo, for me, looking at these dudes, how are you being replaced?
Nobody's thinking about you. Nobody is thinking about you, Richard Spencer. You tiki torch tough guys. You dorm room dumb fucks. You corny motherfuckers down there. They come out there. They gentrified and rebranded themselves from KKK and white sheets into some more well-spoken, like more gentle racist. Right. Fuck these dudes, man. They're down there in Florida protesting today. Yo, you guys ain't doing shit, man. Nobody wants to be you. Nobody's trying to replace you. And get a job. Just get a fucking job, man. Are any of you college educated? Like, what are you complaining about?
That's
Start
what I'm
a
saying.
business. You don't get no sympathy.
I don't get. Yo, how can you galvanize motherfuckers? And you're part of you're part of the privilege. I don't get what they want. You got your guy in office. You got that guy in office. He's doing and saying everything you probably would say. So I don't get these dudes, man. It's not like they're being targeted and racist. They're not being oppressed. What's these dudes' problem, man?
I don't know, but you know what's something that's funny? You know what? I've gotten called this a lot, and I flipped on somebody. When they said this to me. They said to me, because I speak out openly and as comfortably as I possibly can about race. And I feel like if there's one thing that I want to do with my little bit of fame and my voice is like the way I came up, hanging around you, hanging in Brownsville, hanging in Harlem through basketball and hip hop and just innocent youth, and being exposed to the type of shit that I was exposed to, doing the type of roles that I've done, doing the type of movies that I've done, and just, being who I am. Like, I'm comfortable even in the discomfort, and I encourage everybody to be brave enough to be comfortable even in the discomfort of discussing race with people. But I've been called, I never heard this term. They got all these new terms these fucking people come up with every single couple of weeks. I've been called a race baiter. But you know who the only people that are calling me race baiter? White people. only white people would say you're a race baiter. That's some shit. That's some white privilege. You're a race baiter. You don't hear nobody else saying you're a race baiter. Like when you talk about Donald Trump, when you talk about crackers,
right?
When you talk about white nationalist fuckboys.
Yeah.
When I talk about Conor McGregor, wanting to get his ass kicked, and I'm glad he got his ass kicked.
Yeah,
like,
you hit him. You hit a nerve.
You hit a nerve.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, you're a race baiter. Yo, I'm not a fucking race baiter. You're a race denier. You're trying to deny that there's a difference in the way people are treated.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's why when you do the shit you do and you say, you hit a nerve with them dudes, and they know what time it is. They just deny this shit because, like Mike Dicker kicked some bullshit. It's because you can't see the racism and all the oppression because it doesn't affect you. Of course you can't see it.
And I could say it doesn't affect me, but that doesn't mean you can't see it. And I don't have no fucking white guilt or whatever. Like, it is what it is. The reality of it is, it is what it is. We could sit here, we've said this before. We could sit here and try to say we're all the same. We are not all the same. Men and women aren't the same. Chinese people and Latin people aren't the same. Blacks and whites are not the same. Okay, we all come from we're the same from the physical makeup. And we should all be treated the same. We don't all come from the same place. We all come from different backgrounds, different cultures, different religions, and that's a beautiful thing. We should all be treated the same, and we should all have the same rights. But to try to say that, like, to deny the differences in the people is some crazy shit.
Right.
And to try to say that certain people aren't treated differently like that we don't treat each other different, and that all of us don't have some sort of prejudices and prejudging and concepts. None of us are totally pure. None of us are holier than thou. Nobody is.
Right.
Shit pisses me off, race baiter. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
All right.
And then I look at the people, it's always white motherfuckers. And when I say white, I don't mean white like I'm white. Because people are like, what do you say white? You're white. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like fucking pretzel, white cracker, butter-eating motherfuckers. I'm talking about just, it's just, yo, you're a racist, man. That's what you're fucking racist, man. That's what it is. Yeah. Whether it's the extreme or the minor, like, yo, suck my dick, man. You're just mad, man, because you got no flavor. You got no style. You can't dance. You can't fight. You can't fuck. You can't play ball. You don't know shit. You just whack. You're corny. Yeah. You're not funny. You whack. You're corny. You whack. You can't do none of that shit. You can't dance. You can't do graffiti. You can't write a book. Like, you can't do none of that fly shit. You mad at me. Don't be mad at me, cornball.
But he got all the tapes. He got all the black people tapes in his car. Guarantee you that.
Yo, it's another Smash Mouth I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. Told you, the 30th, we are going to be at the Gramercy Theater. Tell you again, next Tuesday, I gave you the information earlier in the show. I am going to be signing books in Jersey. Okay? The book comes out the 24th. This book has Ball's sports rants from the MVP of Talking Trash, audio book, hardcover book, blah, 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 blah. 2015-2016 podcast co-host of the year. I am Michael Rapaport, the Gringo Mandingo. This is the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast, produced by the Dust Brothers.
Word.
Miles Davis, Jordan Winter, the best in the business. Take us out with some good funk. We're done.
Peace.